in terms of it being the last show, why I decided for it to be the last show. Morning. You join me 5 days out from show 2 and the last show of the season. Last show of prep, lads. Feel like you've gone through this whole prep with me. I want to just enjoy this last week, this whole peak week now to the fullest as much as we can, because it is the last show of the season. Well, as of right now, it is. I think right now is the perfect time. My first season, 2 shows, perfect. You know, having that experience, doing the first show, getting that under our belt, and then continuing on, bridging between the 2 shows has been fantastic. And I'm really happy. It's been a couple of days and we're into peak week. 2 days into peak week now at this point. So I'm going to run through the plan of action for the week, the provisional plan of action. This is also coffee number 2 before 6 o'clock in the morning. And regardless of the caffeine, which I need to watch the fluids, because fluids are at 6 litres and I ain't used to drinking only 6 litres every day. Oh, I reckon this would be a good angle back here. What do you think? Put the boots on. A lot of people have asked me about the boots, lads. I just said I have that little bit of time now. I like to, as you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone a lot of the time, don't I? So I'm going to get the boots on for me right now. With the boots, I think it's more of a placebo, maybe you could say. But if it gives me that little extra edge and I have the use of them, I'm going to use them. I did not buy them. I did not pay for them, lads. They are not cheap. The Normatec compression boots. I know a lot of people will use these at recovery suites and all that kind of crack, but in terms of the bang for your buck, I think if you're going in there getting on them for, you know, like a minimum of half an hour, maybe you could say, you might get a return on them, but they just feel good. How much you actually get from them, I'm not sure. I think you'd be better off spending the money on actual going and getting therapy done on whatever needs to be done, like the legs or something. While I'm sticking on these boots, I will put up the current situation from how we're looking. And this is us sitting at, as of this morning, I haven't posed yet. I will be posing soon. As of this morning, I am 68.8 kilo. Now that was at 3:30 this morning. So again, weight at the minute, like it's hard to predict with the sleep and the way sleep is, but that is what it is. 2 weeks ago, the Tuesday leading into show number 1, we were exactly 2.5 kilo lighter. We're trying to bring a bigger Massy to the stage, and that is exactly what we're going to do, and I am bloody excited to do it. I'm going to enjoy that and take my time with it, because I would probably like a coffee when we're getting stuck into check-ins, but nonetheless I was dragging a small little bit, and I just spent the morning planning for what is going down from kind of this day next week, which is another reason and actually why I'm not doing a following show after it. You're just going to have to wait and find out. But the prep is going to be over for the shows on Sunday the 13th, which is crazy after 6 months. I think I was trying to work it out, the whole prep as a whole. We started fat loss back in January the 6th, kind of just to press things on, like just slow and steady. Myself and Dan went to Paris, got engaged, class, but the prep then I kind of said officially started on the 3rd of February, which would be from the 3rd of February to the 13th of July, I'm pretty sure 160 days in total of a prep. So we're 5 days away. We're about 155 days into the 160-day prep, which is class, and I'm just wanting to really enjoy the next number of days, and that's what we're doing, you know, we really are. But we're in peak week, and that's probably what people care about more, and as I was saying there, looking to bring a bigger Massy to the stage. Now, obviously, we're not going to be building any muscle by any means in the next week, but we can definitely bring a better look, a bigger look, and a fuller Massy. And by bringing a bigger Massy, saying that, I mean like a fuller, like just taking up more space compared to hopefully the lads that are going to be stepping on stage beside me. I was planning on coming in and taking the win, taking the overall this weekend, until Aaron, if you're watching this, decided he's going to jump into this show, which I think is a great idea, lad. I think is a great idea because, again, for yourself, you are on the ball, on the money, I'll tell you that much, and I can't wait to get a training session in with you after prep. And there's a lot of people I cannot wait to get training sessions in with after prep between clients and friends. We're going to have a good time doing it, lad. But so peak week started on Sunday, essentially. Now, yesterday was Monday, kind of the first day of the peak, right? This show is on the Sunday. Last peak was on the Monday, or last show was on the Saturday, the 28th, and this show is on the Sunday. So on Monday, we started off with push, which was yesterday. And you know what? It's kind of like, fuck. You're like, that was the last main push session of prep. Yesterday, my cardio got pulled after. That was the last cardio session of prep. Unless I do something stupid now over the next day or two and Keen's like, right, we need to get a bit of cardio back in here, lad. But yesterday was the last 30 minutes of cardio. So no cardio this morning. That's why I'm probably on here chatting to you that little bit more. So just steps. Also, steps have come down. But no mind the steps, that was the last push day and it was a really enjoyable session. If you watched it yesterday, go back and have a look at that. And the cardio, like after the amount of cardio that we've done throughout the prep, and it's just done like that, it is mad. Now, not me saying I'm just not going to be doing cardio moving forward, but I'm not going to be doing cardio until prep is over, until we get to this second show, the last show. And everything else has remained the same since the full day of eating that we did on Sunday. So food has stayed the same. We are running 1,826 calories pretty much as it says on the meal plan. Now, with that full day of eating, I put it into MyFitnessPal. So if you watch that, the calories and whatever that I was saying throughout the day might have been like a little bit different, but 1,826 calories, 189 protein, 206 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat. So basically what we're doing is just allowing us to kind of flatten off a small little bit. Nothing majorly. Like, again, I would love to have tried a fat load just to experience it, you know. Over the next minutes as well, I want to talk to you about stuff, you know, I want to try and all this kind of crack as well, because it's going to be a long time before I do this again, you know. It's going to be a long time before I do a peak week again, you know, and we just want to enjoy it. And myself and Keen's plan this weekend is to make the most of it and just really, really enjoy it. For show number 1, we brought exactly what we wanted to do, okay? We know the muscle level that is there, as I say to you every single day, but we wanted to bring my most conditioned look, you could say. And I think from both Keen's end and from whatever I was doing on what we did to bring that look, I was very, very happy with, and I don't think we could have done much more, essentially. But as I said, this week now, we've done that. Now we want to come in and bring a bigger look in me. So that might mean just sacrificing a little bit of conditioning. Not much. Obviously, you still want to look conditioned on stage, but to try and match up to the lads that are on there, you know, the level of muscle that they have, they're going to have just maybe a little bit less conditioning and a lot more fullness, hopefully. All going to plan. So these next couple of days, until checking in, again, this is daily. The plans change pretty much on the daily in terms of everything that we're doing across the board. We're sticking with that food, okay? And it's absolutely fine. I won't lie, my hunger, especially at night, has increased a small little bit. Has definitely increased a small little bit. And in the comment section below, there was a lad saying food focus is definitely there and everything. And that's what I was saying to you. That's why I was asking you the other day in terms of what you think the food focus is like. I was asking Danielle. I want to get people's opinion from the outside looking in. You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush and say I'm not food focused. I definitely am food focused. But I'm not food focused as such in, okay, I need this, I want this, I want that, you know, and cravings. There's no cravings or anything there, you know what I mean? It's just more so food focused on the chicken and pineapple and veg that I'm about to have in 2 hours time, you know, that kind of way. Or like just back into that preppy kind of mode. And I'm all good with that because energy levels, bar coming towards the evening time, especially when I'm getting up at the hour that I've been getting up at, which is just annoying, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now at this point. It's just the way it is. Has not been too bad, you know, in terms of hunger. Like, it's going to be another good few hours before I eat, but that's grand because I'm used to that. I'm going to have, hopefully, all morning check-ins done today before I even eat, you know what I mean? So a lot of the work is going to be boxed off before I even eat, and it's just about setting up the day to just get it done right, you know what I mean, and having my meal timings correct. So like meal 1 pre-workout should be at 9 o'clock. all going well, it will be at 9 o'clock. We'll put in the pre-workout meal, you know, dependent on what way work goes. Again, I am setting up every single day as it should be. But again, like, work and everything does come first. You know, if I have a meeting at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be doing that meeting. Like, the pre-workout meal can wait until 9:30. But it's peak week. We haven't got that much booked in. Again, I'm up to date with pretty much everything that we need to do. And that's a big thing for me this week in terms of just keeping stress levels low. But by God, it is full on at the moment. And then today we are on pull day. So the final big main pull day of prep. Now, just pull on its own. And then it'll be a rest day tomorrow. And then we'll be into 2 upper body pump sessions. So yesterday, kind of sent it. I have been sending it ever since we got back from show number 1, to be honest, you know, with the buzz that I've been running off. And it's been going well. I've been having some really good training sessions. It's obviously just the placebo that I'm running off, or whatever you call it. But we'll have 2 upper body pump sessions, Thursday and Friday. We fly out on Friday, so I'll train Friday morning and then fly out afternoon time. And then we'll be over there, probably in the carb up. Stay tuned. And then rest one day out, and then show day comes Sunday. And then crack on then into the reverse. Try not to get ballooned straight away, lads. That's going to be the big thing for us. You know, this prep, is coming to an end on Sunday, but realistically it isn't. Like, realistically, there's going to be another good few weeks of, I suppose you could say, just part of the prep before there's any gaining phase in sight. So we have a little bit of time to go before, like, the bulk begins. I'm kind of looking right now at, like, September, like really early September, I suppose you could say, when the off season will begin. Like, right now we're 8th of July, you know, so that's leaving us that's 7 weeks away. Even after September, you know, like, that's fine. There's no rush. I'm going to be patient. We're going to do it right. We're going to set ourselves up for this off season the right way this time. Okay. And I'm looking forward to it, like, really, really excited for it. But at the same time, I'm like nervous, a little bit nervous. Steps are down to 12K. I do have that habit of steps being higher, and that's going to be a massive thing for us this week to keep inflammation low, get the body fresh. Tomorrow, steps will be down to 10,000, and then they'll be down to between 8 and 10, and then they'll be down to 8, down, between 4 and 6, and then as low as possible. That's the way we kind of run with things there. They'll just be kind of for, like, digestion and kind of getting things moving more than anything as we move through. Like, as I said last week, if I haven't done enough steps now at this point, then there's no fixing it. There's nothing we can do. As I said, it'll be the same, you know, with water and sodium intake. We'll be manipulating that as the days go along, pretty much just from, like, one day out when it comes to, like, water and sodium, and probably be a bit harsher in terms of the manipulations that we do with everything across this week. But we're just gonna have to wait and see exactly what we do, kind of see where we're at, probably from Thursday, 3 days out, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. But we're probably just going to be running the same plan of action when it comes to food, etc., over the next today, tomorrow, and then see where we're at on Thursday. That's where we're at. So we're 68 as of this morning, 68.8 kilo since 3:30. So tomorrow, if I'm up a lot later, maybe we'll be down, maybe we'll be up weight, who knows. That's the thing with body weight at the moment. It's so unpredictable, but I'm trying to make it predictable. So I'm going to get post-workout body weight now as well for Keane this afternoon, and see kind of where we're at there. That's what we were doing for the last peak, and we can kind of then start to look at and be like, right, this is kind of where we want to land. He was happy with the look yesterday after push, with the posing that we did after push, so I'm happy as well. Like, definitely a lot fuller. We've held that fullness right through, really, from the first show, that post-show food and whatever was in the air over there, to be honest with you, lads. Because I did not expect to just be able to run through here now. Like, don't get me wrong, today could be an absolute nightmare. Like, on prep, on everything, you just take it one day at a time. Do you know what I mean? But it's been unreal, and I can't wait to, like, really delve deep into how to go through your first prep. I know it's my first prep. I've only done one show, but you know what I mean. I think we've managed it very, 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 very well. Fucking hell, lad. Very well across the board, you know, and obviously a big part of that has been with Keane managing things, but also just the way I've taken it day by day. So we'll get post-workout. We've got pull on the cards. I'm pretty sure that will be done in the lab as well. And I can't lie. Moving to the lab, getting the membership in the lab has been really good for me there over the last number of sessions and the sessions that we were doing like with the lads and stuff on the lead up, just the kit and everything, man, like it's just been like really exciting to go in there and train. Yesterday's push day, I was on a couple new machines. Like it's just exactly the environment that I'm going to need now moving forward into the reverse, into the off season, to make the most of it. You know, it's just where I need to be essentially. And for people that don't know, I used to actually PT out of the lab. Yeah. I bet some of you didn't know that, lad. Now, it's been a while. It's been a long time since I PT'd. In terms of it being the last show, why I decided for it to be the last show was because, more so, a good few reasons to be fair, my surroundings in terms of people like Dan and everything. I think like even taking her through the first show, like leading up to the first show, yeah, perfect. You know, it was a long period. We managed it extremely, extremely well. And then bridging between the next show, just time at the end of the day, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, I want her and me to be able to enjoy a good summer here now over the next while. We've got a holiday coming up in a number of weeks, which again, I think is a good idea to have extra time here between show and holiday. So I have that time to reverse, get myself healthy, get my mind in a good state so we can like enjoy the fullest on that holiday. And also just the rest of my family as well. The rest of my family and the couple of friends that I do have, be able to give time to that as well, because that's important, man. Do you know what I mean? Finances, man. I'm like, at the end of the day, like I was working out, like how much is this extra show, like the third show that I was planning on doing, going to cost me now in comparison to what we're going doing instead of doing the third show, you know, and like weigh out the pros and cons. Like, what are you going to get more from doing this or doing that? So that's why I said, like, I think 2 shows is perfect. Keen, the minute I said it, was like, yes, I think doing 2 shows for your first season, absolutely perfect. Again, you have that experience bridging between the 2 weeks in between. And call it there, man. Successful prep, like, fantastic. So that's the reason for it, and that's why I wanted to kind of say to you this morning is like, this is the last show, so we're going to enjoy the peak week together. We're going to really enjoy the peak week together, because we're kind of going to have, I suppose, just fun with it, man. You know, like, you can really see there the fun that I've had throughout the prep. Like, that first show, I was chatting to the lads in the gym about it yesterday, the enjoyment that I got from doing it, stepping up there for the first time, and we're going to do exactly the same. Like, I have the exact same level of excitement, if not more, with stress probably being a good bit lower, with a weight lifted off my shoulders, with a little bit of experience coming into the second show, you know, that kind of way. And again, no expectations. I would like to, again, come in, it's going to be maybe a different look. I know I'm saying that a lot, a different look, but maybe a better look as well, you know what I mean? And come back then in however many years' time that we decide to come back and go again, if that is what we do, you know, if that is what we do. Like, really, for me, ever since lads, like, I was in that big, deep rut, it's just been a day-by-day process. And take that, like, if there's anything that you take from me throughout everything that I do, is literally just the taking it one day at a time, you know. And I didn't come up with that term. I've coined that term from probably multiple other people, but it's been the one thing that's gotten me to this position from the position I was in, because April last year, April 2024, I was in that position back when I was 105 kilo, start of May. And I was like, you know, bodybuilding is gone for me. Like, that time has passed, you know. And by God, a feeling like that was just a feeling that I was like gutted, like absolutely gutted with, you know. And to be in this position where we're at right now in terms of work and bodybuilding and what I see ahead of me with the future is absolutely unbelievable. And it's unreal. And that's the only way I can describe it. So that's where we're at 5 days out. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. You know, I'm feeling fresh. We'll see how the days go over the next couple of days. I'm going to take you through them all. We've got pull on the cards today. Pull with Dan. Okay. Tuesdays, myself and Dan have together. It's the day she works from home as well, which is just unreal. And it's actually been a nice thing for the prep as well. A lot of the time she does work from home. on the Tuesday, just having her there around me, because I was saying it to my mother the other day, like me being at home, working from home in the house on my own the whole time can sometimes be quite lonely. It's very, very weird the way how things work, isn't it? Like you're pulling back as you get closer to the end. You're doing less, eating more, moving less. It's all about just now keeping stress levels low, getting fresh, getting prepared, getting organised. All the things are going to be a lot easier this week, you know, just travelling, hopefully, packing what I need to pack, you know, and just being more organised and knowing what I need here. Oh, I'm bloody excited, lad. Come along for the ride. Drop the video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see for pull. Here we go. Check-ins are rolling in. I predicted it. I was just like, just after 6 o'clock now is when pictures will start coming through the WhatsApp.